Anyone who has attended high school in the past 8 years is likely familiar with Quizlet, a flashcard studying tool. My personal experience with Quizlet in school was memorization of English vocabulary. Back then, Quizlet wasn't so polluted with ads, premium features, and outright removing some of their better features. Gravity Game, for example, was one that I found particularly useful as a way to gamify studying by always being able to aim for a higher and higher score. Quizlet has only continued down the path of removing good features or paywalling them. Thus, that leads me into what my project aims to do. With this project, I aim to create an adequate replacement for Quizlet, to make a tool that I personally want to use, and that maybe could be distributed one day. Finally, I'd like to get a workable version of this software done within 2 months. Why 2 months? Well, I'm going back to classes this upcoming fall, and I'd like to have the software workable by then. I want to talk real quick about what software I'm going to be using to develop with. I'm going to be using Lua augmented by Love2D, and any other libraries I eventually end up using. I'll link to those in their respective videos. I've chosen Love2D because I have a hobbyist experience using it to create several prototypes for games, as well as a recreation of Pong. I find Lua relatively easy to work with, and there's a large enough community in Love2D that I feel like I could ask for help if I get stuck on anything. For now, I can't show anything fancy except the design document I've made that will outline core features and principles that I want this project to adhere to. Core features for this software can be outlined as follows. 1. Quizlet intercompatibility. Quizlet is a big name in the space for studying, and a direct inspiration on this project. I want to allow users the ability to export Quizlet sets and import them into my software in as seamless a way as possible. 2. Gravity Game. The Gravity Game was one of my biggest complaints about modern Quizlet. I don't see any reason why they would have removed it. I won't just be copying Gravity Game though. I have multiple ideas on how to improve upon it and stylize it with my personal style. 3. Matching. Though a smaller part of my personal studying routine back in high school, I still enjoyed the matching minigame, and I'd like to bring it in some fashion to my software. 4. Making and saving sets. I want the user to have the ability to make and save sets within the software. The outputted format for save sets should be in a commonly readable format, such as TXT or XML, so that they can be manipulated with other software such as text editors, spreadsheet tools, or note-taking tools like Obsidian or Google Drive. 6. Multiple choice tests. The multiple choice test feature Quizlet offers is important for people studying to gauge how well they've studied the material, and what topics they've struggled on. So I want to provide the user a way to generate and take tests within the software. In addition, I'm working on coming up with stretch features that don't need to be implemented by the time my deadline has been reached, but can possibly be added in the future. If you guys have any suggestions on features you want added, feel free to hit me up in the comments. Lastly, this project still needs a name. I have a few ideas in mind, but I'd love to hear yours. If you have any ideas, feel free to drop them in the comments below.